Manx Radio Saturday Live Lounge, supported by Villa Gaiety. For the latest What's On information, visit villagaiety.com.
That's just one of those songs you just have to let it sink in. It is beautiful. It's new from Casey Musgraves, very much known for country music. I wouldn't class that as country music necessarily. It's from the new album Deeper Well, which is actually her 6th album. She's got 7 Grammy Awards. Simon Ray's with us from off of Truman Falls. Hello, Simon.
Hello.
I know we're going to be talking about you, don't worry, shortly.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
It's all about me.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay. But first of all, we do have a habit of sharing music with each other. Mm-hmm. I wanted to play that as my 3rd song because I thought you might like it. What did you think, first of all?
I think that's absolutely beautiful. I think the opening chord wants me to sing, "All the leaves are brown."
Yeah, very.
But that's Daniel Tashkin, isn't it?
So you knew this. So Silver Seas, who you followed for a while, didn't you do something with Silver Seas?
Yeah, he played with Josh Rouse, and we toured with Josh Rouse, and I follow him and we have conversations every now and again. But he was on Instagram saying, "Oh, I've been recording with Casey." Ah. So. Yeah,
so he actually wrote that with her, the album with her.
I think some of the songs, I don't think all of it, but you can hear his. I wouldn't be surprised if he's credited on that song, because there's a hymn vibe on that.
See, there you go. And this is one of the reasons why I like chatting music with you, because you kind of dissect songs as you're listening to them, don't you? Kind of break them apart and think, oh, that sounds like this, or oh, that production is blah, 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 or, notice.
I love the little links. There's a 6 degrees of separation for music, I think. It's just a lovely little competition you can do with yourself about saying, that sounds like, it's like I just said to you before, I went to watch Fleet Foxes and Father John Misty, and Father John Misty used to play in Fleet Foxes. Mm-hmm. So there's all these little, you kind of find out, I like this little ilk of area of music, and then you'll find that you kind of satellite around the same people. Yeah. It's quite bizarre.
Well, I've got someone coming up who I know you have satellited around it in a random sort of way, so we'll come back to that in a moment. And also, we're going to be finding out about Truman Falls' 3rd album, Silverdale. That's all to come. If you want to get in touch, 166 177 or relatively new music from Black Pumas. And I wanted to play that because I thought, I was going to play Lucy Rose, and I thought, well, I've just played you a really good female singer-songwriter, so we'll save Lucy Rose for a little bit. And anyway, now I need to chat with my studio guest about himself, basically, because otherwise he'll be very upset and he'll leave. He brought me chocolates and everything. Simon Ray, hello properly.
Me. Simon Radio.
Oh, now why didn't I think of that? I'm very disappointed with myself right now. It's lovely to have you in.
It's lovely to be here.
And chatting all about your new baby.
Yes, Silverdale.
Now, Silverdale. I know you've always had a kind of like special kind of connection with Silverdale, but you've written a whole album that's, you said, is either about or songs written in or around Silverdale. Why?
I don't know. It just actually came while I was in Silverdale, ironically, thinking I think I was on the 2nd song for the album. I was just writing, and I was in Silverdale, and I thought it was kind of like Road to Damascus kind of hitting me thing, and thinking, I could call this thing Silverdale because I'm actually writing songs here at the moment. So that's how it happens. So all the songs have a Silverdale connection, whether it be about it with the lyrics inside it, or I was there while I was writing it. But the spirit is living through every song. And I'm currently doing a video with Dave where we're just doing walking footage of Silverdale. So you start your walk, and then it's 36 minutes, 24 seconds of just walking through Silverdale, played with the music.
That's such a lovely idea. That's such a lovely idea. Is it going to be one shot?
Yeah, I'd love it to be one shot. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, be ace. No pressure, Dave.
Just me walking the dog.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Underpants.
Maybe put a few more clothes on. Okay. Maybe. Might ruin the vibe a little bit, I'm thinking,
okay.
If you're just in your pants, especially if they're 2 days old, which, I'm not suggesting you do that, Simon.
Well, I've gone for 3.
You've gone for 3
today,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, so Silverdale is called, and of course the album is beautifully features one of the horses from the merry-go-round.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, is it one of the newly painted ones or
yes,
the original?
It was painted last year, the horses, and I was going
Sneaky
down.
Weasel did it, didn't they?
Yeah. I was going down there every couple of days, nearly every weekend, and just taking pictures of the place. But I was going down there quite a lot, especially after lockdown, and that's where I was writing. I took the guitar down there. I looked a bit silly a couple of times, but I'll just get on there, have a cup of coffee in the cafe, or just walk around and just formulate my lyrical plans.
What does Silverdale do for you or do to you?
I think it's that's a great question. I think it's because I've been there for so long. I mean, I used to live on the Ballamode Strait, so I used to be a hop and a skip down there with my dog. And I used to take the dog there and just walk the dog around there. So after a couple of years of being there, you kind of feel like it's a part of you. So even though I've moved into Douglas or Onchan or wherever, I just gravitated back there because I suppose it's where you start your memories. So it's where you go back for that memory of the memories that you haven't made yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there is a real nostalgia about Silverdale for all of us on the Isle of Man, because it's the place where when you're a kid you'd go for picnics, Sunday picnics and things, and go sit out on the lawn, and of course there's the boats and there's the ice creams.
That's right.
And there was that little grotto, wasn't there? The gnomes.
With the gnomes, yes. That were scary as hell.
They were.
Nightmarish.
Yeah, they were, but we loved going to have a look at them.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. Well, listen, I think what we should do then is play the title track to give people an idea, a flavour of the album. And obviously it's called Silverdale, so hopefully it will sort of give an idea. And then after it, we will talk more about the production and about who's on it, because of course it's cast of thousands, as ever, with Truman Falls. So we'll talk about that as well. But in the meantime, if you've got any questions for Simon from Truman, drop us a note, 166 177, or email studio@manxradio.com. This is the title track from Silverdale. this is how Truman Falls' new album Silverdale draws to a close. Birdsong, you can hear the water, you can hear the trees. It is Silverdale in music form, Simon.
It's
just
that's
lovely.
actually, that is Silverdale. That's a field recording of Silverdale. We went down for a couple of afternoons, me and Lisa, and did some field recordings.
It's just gorgeous. I mean, you must be so pleased with it.
I am very proud. It's taken a bit of time, but from conception to completion, it's been and that's what it's all about for me. It's not about now it's done. I have moved on to the I've written the next album.
Yeah.
But so you kind of for me, this is reminiscing. So when I hear these songs, I can remember exactly where I was. I mean, I could tell you exactly where I was when I started writing Silverdale. So that's nice in itself, because I doubt I'll hear it again. I will play it live, but I doubt I'll ever hear it again. So once the adventure for me was writing it and recording it. Once all that's done and the master's done and the artwork's done, then it's just memories then, and it's just kind of that it's taken on its own life and it goes out into the public's ear.
You did say when you sent me a copy of the album, you said, I'm going to miss working on this muse. Is it something that's been closer to you than the other albums?
Maybe so, because of the title, I think, or maybe because halfway when I kind of realised why it was called Silverdale myself, it kind of freed me up to write about, to keep that in mind as it's a very, very loose concept, but it's a concept anyway. So I kind of went for it wholeheartedly. So not to kind of things like, I went on the swings and my head fell off.
Did that used to happen to you as a kid in Silverdale?
No, there was a swing there and I could touch the trees.
I remember that swing.
Do you remember that swing? Yeah.
Just beyond the roundabout.
And they've taken it away.
No!
Yeah, it's gone. Because every time I used to go down there, it's the first thing I did, pop on the swing, touch the tree with my foot.
I was really worried that they weren't going to put the horses back, but they did.
That'd be sacrilege, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? I know we've all had such fun on that roundabout in the past. Well, I mentioned Cast of Thousands. I mean, there were strings on the end of that. Obviously, you've got the recordings of actual Silverdale as one of the actual Cast of Thousands, I suppose, on this album itself. Who else have you been working with on this one?
Well, we've been very lucky. For that track there, we had Jeff Jepson was playing banjo. We got him to put on his Kermit suit and do the intro to Rainbow Connection. So he played on that one, which is beautiful. We got Martin, of course, on drums, Paul on guitar, Dave recording, his old bass and being in production. But we've also had another couple of guys. We've got two pedal steel players this time. One guy called Joe Harvey White, who's in a band himself, but he's really good.
Some beautiful steel on it. Some really lovely playing.
He plays on two of the tracks, and he'll definitely be on the next track for more of that. He's got a beautiful feel. So that it kind of it's very interesting to send the track away to them and kind of have a chat with them and say, this is what I've been thinking, and I've put some vocal notes on the song as lifts for you to kind of, but the rest of it I want you to do two passes, the one I've dictated to, and one on your own, and it just comes back. And he got it, he got it. So the other one was Scott Poley, who plays in the band that does the covers of Fleetwood Mac. They come over here.
Oh, Rumours of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, he's great as well. He's different, but he's brilliant. He's more melodic, so he's on one of the tracks, and then that's a major. We've
got vocals from Christine May.
Yes,
Christine
May. Yeah,
Chalice,
they did vocals. We really wanted. I asked you, never bothered coming up.
He didn't.
I did ask you. I would ask you. I did. You'll be on the next one.
All right, whatever.
You'll be over there. The next one's called Ronog.
I want to be on that. From Ronog to Grenby. I'll sing on that one for you. That'd be lovely.
So there's a cacophony of different musicians. Quite a lot of them from away.
Yeah.
It's basically I hear something, and this is the beauty of music now, is that I'll hear something and go, that pedal steel player is good, and you can just email them and go, hello, my name's Simon, I've heard your song, I think it's awesome, would you like to play? he usually gets back and goes, "I've just heard your stuff." No,
thanks.
who you kidding? And then I
But it's
and then I
worked
pay
out.
them, and then they do it reluctantly. They play.
I'll give
You
you
can actually hear
50p
them
for it.
frowning as they play. I'm only doing it for the
No,
cash.
it's lovely. So what are your plans with it then? Obviously you've got a gig at Noah first of all. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that's on the 25th of
May,
Yeah, we're getting the whole band together with the wonderful Jeff Jepson.
And you're rehearsing at the moment.
We
for that.
rehearsed on Thursday, which was interesting. It was good, but we kind of forgot ourselves because we played last year. But that's what
Is it
rehearsals are
hard
for.
to reproduce
Yes.
the set? I would have
We haven't got
thought
a
so.
keyboard player, so that kind of thing. So
Oh,
poor old
yeah.
Jeff is Paul just fills in as Paul does. Jeff has kind of joined the band and kind of seen how much work he has to do, but he's being amazing.
Well, I suppose when it comes down to it, when you do a live performance of an album, it's always a different thing anyway, and it gives the songs a different life, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to sound different. That's the thing is that we don't go in as a band to record the songs. It's usually just like me and Dave starting, and then we start piling stuff on, as opposed to the old days when everyone was in the studio at the same time, put the track down, and then did some overdubs. I don't know if I could work like that, to be honest, because I think the writing beforehand would take forever.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to sit down with everybody and go, these are the parts I was thinking about, or you'd be just like rehearsal, studio. Where this way is more me writing, then in the studio. And I'm quite lazy. I like to call it something else, but it's just lazy. I take my time with the songs because I know something's going to come along a little bit further down the road. So you kind of like string sections and stuff.
So you don't want to rush it in case you miss a magic.
Yeah. So you get into like a little vibe of it all, and then from that, something will come in on the end of it and go, right, yes, there's a string element there. It's like one of the songs, there was a guitar riff, which I actually got when I was walking in Silverdale, and that was because of the tempo I was walking at was the tempo of the song. So that was Sweet Mouth.
Yeah.
And that was
which is on the playlist at the moment.
I
You
know,
will have heard
it's
it on
wonderful
regular
on the
rotation.
radio.
Yep, it's a great tune. Well, listen, we're going to play another song now. I'm going to play From the Shadows. What can you tell us about this? Because off air, you said to me you would describe Silverdale, the title track, as your Everybody's Talking.
Yes.
So how would you describe From the Shadows?
I don't know.
Tricky?
Yeah, I suppose there's a little bit of Scott Walker in there. This is quite a dark one, actually. This is about depression.
So is it okay? That's quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was having Silverdale as somewhere to go and think it all through. So in that respect, that's what that song, that link to Silverdale was. But that was a couple of years ago. I remember walking with Lisa in South Barrule, not at Silverdale, and talking about the song, going, I'm having issues with this. I don't know how I'm going to write this. But a couple of trips down to Silverdale after, and it was done. It's funny because you mentally go, this is the song, this is going to be about this place, that when you go there, it's like, this is the office for me to write this for. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's wonderful. You're painting some fabulous imagery here with this. It's just the way it's all linking together is wonderful. And was it quite cathartic then when you finished this one?
No, it was no. I don't think so.
You feel like you left it all in Silverdale?
I don't know. No. I'd hate to think so. I know that because of that, if I could, I'd go for another album like Silver Burn or something. I would like to have continued that because I love that idea.
Yeah.
And I think the new songs, you can see the transition from Silverdale and that it's going somewhere else. But its heart's still there. The next album is very blue sky. I've got a title of Blue Sky, Blue Sky, Blue, because it's just very open. It's more open than this album. It's very.
So it's
very
looking up and
yeah,
out.
It's very free. You feel the next album sounds very free. I mean, this is very free in itself.
Yeah.
It's funny because I shouldn't be talking about that. I should be talking about what we're doing now. But as I said, I'm a year ahead of you. I'm a year ahead of you guys. You've got to catch up, Crystal.
Well, let's enjoy this first, all right? So we're going to now hear track 6 from Silverdale. This is Truman Falls, From the Shadows.
Creeping around regret, sorrow will sail
from the Shadows, from Truman Falls, Silverdale. Isn't it just a wonderful thing? I'm going to play this music for us to talk over next, because I like it. I just like this.
We're talking about my depression.
No.
Okay.
You just do. Sorry.
It's all right.
We're not talking about your depression.
I'm
now.
just saying,
We do.
this is very apt music. Tell me
I've
about
put this on because it's fun and I think you like it, and also because we're now going to talk about Simon Ray's firsts. And I just thought it was kind of apt. I don't know why. Simon Ray from off of Truman Falls.
We are actually dancing.
We are. I know it's ace, isn't it? So, Simon, what was the first album you ever bought?
The first album for
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
not for somebody else.
Yeah.
For like a Christmas
Yeah,
or a birthday present.
for yourself.
It was the Black Hole original soundtrack.
You're joking?
Nope.
That's an unusual choice.
I loved it. I went to the pictures. I loved it so much that I got my mum and dad to give me
But that-
6 years pocket money in advance.
Wow. Well, I suppose it sort of does make sense though, because you like soundtracks, don't you? And
Well,
you score things in that way.
Yeah, and that's John Barry.
Ah, who you are a massive fan
I
of.
love John Barry.
Yeah?
So I must have loved John Barry since I was
That young. Okay, so that's an interesting one. I've not had someone pick a sound scores yet.
It's
and
really
things
good.
From, yeah.
Do you know it's the very first record to be recorded digitally? Oh yeah. Any more facts? Throw them at me.
Well,
Christine.
was it?
Come on.
What did you buy it on? What format? Vinyl?
I bought it on vinyl.
Yeah, very
'Cause
good.
They hadn't invented the CD. It was a madman's dream back then.
Yeah. And do you like the digital reproduction of it, or not so much?
It's a bit tinny, but hey, you know, I'll contact Disney.
I'm just letting you dance for
I'm
it
still
then.
dancing.
Okay. So your next question then, start of a 10. Simon Ray, what was the first gig you remember attending?
I can't really remember. So I'll tell you. Why are we doing it in this voice? I remember the best one that blew me away when I was young, and that was me and Stuart Wattritt. We went to see Barry Manilow at Wembley Arena.
You did not.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm actually quite jealous. I would love to see Barry Manilow.
He was. Now, this is Stuart Wattritt, right? The coolest dude in the world.
He is, yeah.
I'm amazed he was five miles in the vicinity of Barry Manilow. He rocked in with me. And we were with my mum and dad. And we were also with Andrea. And I can't remember who else was there. It's all a madman's dream. But even Stuart walked out and went, oh my God, that was incredible.
Did he do all the hits?
Oh yeah, he did. He did This One's For You, which is one of my favourite songs.
Yeah.
It was like anyone that going there would have gone, oh, well, Barry, and walked out going, oh my God, this is incredible.
I've got to say, these are probably some people's guilty pleasures, but I love Bermuda Triangle and Copacabana.
They're okay, but dive
love
deeper
them.
dive.
I know, I should
This One's
do.
For You album is amazing. There's
Okay.
a song called Why Don't You See the Show Again? Last song on the album.
All right.
I used to sing
I'll
it
check
when I was
that
young. I
out.
used to cry.
Oh,
Why don't you
can you
see
do
the
me a
show
favour? Because I
again?
forget. Will you send me a message to remind me, please, to check this out? And I will do. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, Simon Ray, your final firsts question, if that makes sense, is: do you remember the first public performance you gave?
I do. It was at school. It was 1970, or maybe 1980. I can't remember. And I was the Artful Dodger in Oliver.
No, that's
Yeah.
on at the minute at the Gaiety. Why aren't you in it?
Well, because I'm
You
a
could be
little
full
bit old
circle,
to
you could be
the Artful
Fagin.
Dodger.
Yeah, that would be a bit weird if you
Dodger,
came on.
what have you been, Dodger? Oh, Fagin, I've been away for a very long time.
That's very good.
I can tell that, my dear, because your voice is terrible. And I was from Birmingham, so, all right, yow, Oliver. That's how I sounded.
Oh,
Yow'll do anything.
very good. Have you
Thank
done
you.
much acting since then?
No,
That was it.
that's
where it finished.
I think that's the reason
Started
why.
and finished
Yes,
there.
yeah.
Well done for that one.
very much.
And your first musical gig, do you remember that you
I
performed?
can't remember the first that we performed.
Yeah.
That would have been Stories for Boys, 1985, 1986 at the Douglas Hotel.
My word. That's just that was just up here. No, it wasn't. Was
Yeah,
it?
no,
Where's
that
the
was
Douglas?
down
That was on
there. That was
okay.
the Douglas. Yeah,
Down there
the
somewhere.
Dougie. It was the place to play.
It was the place. Well,
The
of
place
course
to
you were
play.
there.
It was
Well, it's been lovely hearing your firsts, Simon.
Thank you.
That's been really fun.
I like dancing.
Yeah, you're still dancing even
I
though the
know.
music's finished.
Really good.
Well, I'm sure part of that is because you're super, super happy about your fabulous new album. And it is, it's almost released, Silverdale.
It's out now if you go to Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And you can get the CD. Who gets CDs anymore? I do. I cry.
I do. I put them on in the car.
Yes.
Thank you.
But you can stream it on Bandcamp, but it's out next Friday, which is Good
Less
Friday.
than a week away.
Yeah, I know. So that you can stream it on all those.
It will be a very Good
streaming
Friday.
services. Yeah.
No, get a CD because you're doing some limited edition, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a limited edition with signed copies. I've used crayon, so don't worry about it.
I love that. But I really hope you have used crayon. I'll be very disappointed if you haven't now.
It's marker pen.
And
I'd have to have someone with me present while I'm doing it in case I mark the walls.
Of course. And are there tickets for the gig still available?
Yes, there are tickets. You can go onto Eventbrite to get the tickets, and they're £10. And it's at Noah's Bakehouse, so there'll be lots of bread to eat as well.
Yes, well, just check out Truman Falls online. We're going to finish up by playing The Rarest Rose because you mentioned Pedal Steel.
Yes, this is Joe Harvey White, he's in a band called The Hanging Stars, who've just charted on the indie albums for their Americana album. I think they got to number 14.
So we need
really
to check
good.
them out as well.
Yeah, they're really good. But he does field music himself. I've got a lovely EP of him just doing reverb to death pedal steel. And it's really wacky.
Well, it fits beautifully on this, and this is apparently Simon's favourite track on the album, on Silverdale. Thank you as ever, and do come back with all the merry men and we'll do a little session at some point.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
All the best, Simon.
Thank you, darling.
Kiss away the heartache of tomorrow till the sun comes chasing down the moon. Had my share of loneliness and sorrow, waiting on the rarest rose to bloom. Now I've made up my mind, your heart will be mine, like a flower finds its bloom. The thorn of your goodbyes cuts me every time, the rarest rose of you. Now I've made up my mind, your heart will be mine, like a flower finds its bloom. The thorn of your goodbyes cuts me every time, the rarest rose of you, the rarest rose of you, the rarest rose of you.
And that is glorious pedal steel. That is The Rarest Rose from Silverdale. You can get Silverdale on Friday. Yes, you can. It will be a very good Friday indeed, won't it? You see what they've done there? Right, I promised Simon before that I was going to play Lucy Rose, The Racket, because I think he would like it a lot. So this is that song.